Hello, everybody. This is Brandon Jamal Baker here, author of the book Where I Belong. Formerly incarcerated, spent 25 years in prison. Been home now for about 16, 17 months now. And life is good because God is good. But the one thing that I have started to notice is that there are some people, not all, but some, who really aren't happy for my success. Um, at times it could be disheartening because in my heart I literally have love for all and hate for none. So it just like it's mind boggling that people wouldn't be happy um, to be a part of my triumph. They were happy to be a part of my trauma, but yet and still like they can't celebrate my wins. Um, but I'm okay with that. I believe that the first step in anything is awareness. Once you become aware of a situation, then you know how to address it properly. It's no different than a doctor. He can't operate until he has an official diagnosis of what the problem is. And so for me, my diagnosis is that people are not happy within themselves. And if you're not happy within yourself, then it's going to be impossible for you to be happy for anyone else. Same way, with the concept of love, and it's going to be impossible for you to love someone if you don't know how to properly first love yourself. So it's just really about the diagnosis. And so for me, it took me a while to really like put my finger on it, but I'll be damned if I didn't put my finger on it. And it's okay. Like I said, I just believe in the spiritual concept of, blessing those who curse you, to pray for your enemies. Like I said, I love everyone. I have no ill will towards anyone. And for anyone that is curious about me, um, and the peace of mind and the joy that I have, um, if you're curious to know if it is sincere, it is very much sincere. And that's really just a testament of what I've went through. So right now, where I am right now in my life, everything is awesome. Even when it's not awesome, it's still awesome because I'm awesome. I believe in frequency, in elevating and changing the dynamics of my whole surroundings. But I'm only able to change the dynamics of my surroundings because I was first able to internalize what I have learned and change the environment within my inward parts, the mind, heart, body, spirit, and soul. I'll let that resonate with you all for a little bit because it definitely just resonated with me. But stick with me on this journey. I'm wishing everyone well, and let's be successful together because it wasn't meant for one person to just accumulate all of the wealth. Um, Unlike the 1% of people who, you know, have their hands and fingerprints all over this earth. We don't have to be a 1%. This is open invitation for everyone because wealth is not necessarily health, but health is always necessarily wealth. I'll let that sit in, as well too. And when we talk about health, it's not just the physical journey, right, which I am a big proponent of as well, but it's also about the mental health journey, the spiritual health journey. Because if you are consuming spiritual diabetes, then you're worse than a person who is literally consuming salt, sodium, and all of this other uh, stuff that's out there that people are addicted to, which is really, a crucible of trauma. Because any addiction you can think about, it all starts with trauma. And we'll unpack a lot of this stuff, as like I said, as we go along with this journey. Right now, I'm here at the prestigious University of Pepperdine here in Malibu. It's my third time here speaking. I was invited back once again, and by the grace of God, I am who I am, and I am where I am because this is where He wants me to be. Hence the title of my book that you can find on Amazon, Where I Belong. If you haven't got it, I encourage you to do so. Yeah, and when you see me out in the street, don't be afraid to say what's up. You know. All right, man. But that's what I got for you guys for right now. Stay tuned for my episodes that are going to be coming up. I'm sure you're going to find it very entertaining, but more than entertaining, I want it to be inspirational, because God is not a respecter of person. He did it for me, he'll do it for you. No matter what your situation is, um, you have the wherewithal within yourself to overcome it. And we're all interconnected to one another. So it's not a coincidence that you're here tuning in right now today, just like it's not a coincidence that I'm here speaking today. Um, as a matter of fact, it's not a coincidence that you and I are living here today. Just the very air that we breathe, the essence, the connection to our Creator. But this journey is about us connected to one another. So stay tuned. Peace, love, and blessings to you all out there.